Sunday out there, Abstract Nation, and welcome to the latest edition of Abstract Podcast. I'm your host, John Arthur, and after a long hiatus, I'm finally back for a solo podcast today. I have Aiden back here in the studio with me, and in the next few days, a little bit of reason we've had some time off, one enormous project, which is going to be the basis for the podcast today, but a couple other things. The kiddos had a number of college visits, and has finally made a decision, which is going to be one of our next editions that we're going to have of a little bit of his decision-making process, college visits that he took, and let him kind of share some of his experience with Abstract Nation family and friends and things of that nature. I also, as many of you know, have been working on a book and writing a book about my uncle's life entitled Uncle Don, who was a Kenner employee, was one of the original manufacturers, the molding engineers for the Star Wars toy line. And I recently took a trip down to Nashville a few weeks ago, trying to meet some of his old co-workers from years ago. And I'm actually working on a new edition, new podcast for that, probably in a couple weeks, right? Maybe the Sunday after Christmas, kind of give an update on that. But for today, why are we here today? One of the biggest projects that I've ever worked on in my entire life. And for those out there in Abstract Nation that don't know what I really do for a living, outside of my hobby and everything fun that we do here on the podcast with all the abstract social media and the online store and things of that nature. I'm an investment advisor, and I've been a financial advisor for, actually as of this month, 25 years. This was my 25th anniversary from being hired by Merrill Lynch in Huntington, West Virginia. And I'm super blessed and thankful and have an enormous amount of gratitude for God blessing me to be in this industry and have this livelihood for as many years as I have. My firm, JA Investment Management, will celebrate its 20th anniversary in April of next year. So we'll have a big celebration party, things of that nature, as we come up to that. So a lot of things to be thankful for in the season right now, and things of that nature. One thing that I've been working on conceptually for years is a way to give back to just the general public more financial literacy of how can I help educate people, in a way that will help them make better decisions, whether that's something to where, hey, I'm going out to buy a car, or I'm thinking about purchasing my first home, or I'm trying to make a decision about college. Does it make sense for me to go to college for the type of degree that I want? I'm a new employer, and I'm a new employee, and I'm sitting down with my employer's benefits, and I'm looking at healthcare, I'm looking at all these other things, and all of a sudden, I'm presented with a 401k plan, a retirement plan for the first time, and I have to make a decision. Hey, where do I go with this? How do I do this? Do I have a financial advisor? Am I listening to a coworker that's at the water cooler next to me about what I should do? And I've thought about those times when I've had people walk into my office after being an employee of somewhere, getting ready to retire for 25, 30 years, and the difference between people that were maybe had a financial education or even just made that simple choice of saying, I'm going to invest in the S&P 500 for the next 25, 30 years because I use those companies every day, and kind of really forget about that. Keep adding money to it, keep doing all the right things as far as contributions and savings. And the difference between someone that maybe didn't have that inclination to say, I'm going to check that box, but I go the other way and I say, I don't understand the stock market, I don't understand investments, so I'm going to put all my money in cash, and I'm going to do that for 20, 25, 30 years. And unfortunately, I've dealt with that over my 25-year career more times than I would have preferred, and wish that I could have been there during step one to educate those people on maybe a better decision. And ultimately, it's amazing how much different their lives are at that point as you reach retirement and what your retirement years look like. So kind of a long thought there, but basically what I've come up with after all the years of how can I just provide general financial education was that I wanted to develop an app. And that's what I finally completed in the past couple weeks, and it's called Financial Health 365. And it is an app that is unbelievably simple. There's hardly anything to it other than the enormous amount of input that I've put into it and all the years of experience and the day-to-day lessons that are within the app itself. But as far as from a user interface, it is unbelievably simple. And my concept with this was a lot of, if you guys have heard of the concept of the rule of 100, and there's a lot of theories that are, books have been published, other things studies that have been done that if you spend, as much as 18 minutes a day, and I think with the app, you can even do that a little bit less probably, but 18 minutes a day for a year, that you would become an expert in that particular field of study, more so than 95% of the world. So I wanted to have something to where, as we're all creatures of our phone and social media, of being able to scroll through things, and you might be looking at Facebook, you might be looking at Instagram, and during that morning cup of coffee, you touch the Financial Health 365 icon on your phone, and if you're already subscribed and logged in, it automatically pops up a single page, and what it has is a financial health topic of the day, financial education topic of the day, to where it's one particular item that's maybe a paragraph, 4 or 5 sentences, and then that's followed up with a homework of the day, something that I provide that is just a quick, actionable task that you do on a daily basis. And having done that on a day-to-day basis for days, weeks, months, up to a year, I can't even fathom what people are going to have the feedback, the success stories of what people are going to, come back a year from now and say, man, John, it's completely changed my life. And that's what I hope and believe in this app and what it can do for people. So I'm going to give just a quick preview of kind of how you can get the app today. And then if anybody wants to shut off the podcast and say, hey, that's all I need to hear from today, I'm going to go ahead and spend some time with my family, maybe just get out of church, everything else too. I'll kind of leave the technical stuff to the end of it, because I really have a lot of interest in just the whole app development process, not being a techie person myself. So anybody that wants to get the app, quick thing with that is that this is currently not in the App Store. And after I kind of talk about how to get the app, I'll come back around to the tech side of some of the stuff. But the vast majority, in my opinion, 99% of apps that are out there in the world are downloadable either as an iOS application on the App Store or as an Android application on Google Play. The app currently, Financial Health 365, is in the final testing stage with the App Store, and I've put it on pause. And again, I'll talk about that with more of the techie stuff here in a second. Is ready to be tested in the Google Play Store, and I've not done that yet because of some of the holdups that I've had with Apple. So I've kind of just placed both of them on hold. And what I've done is I've created a link with my domain name that you can go over the web to go through the domain financialhealth365.com, and it will direct you immediately to the app itself. This is not a PC application, meaning if you're viewing it on your phone, the app is designed to be a mobile app, so only on mobile devices. If you try to open it up on a PC, on a larger screen, it is not designed to visually look appealing in that regard. So this is something you want to have on your iPad, on your iPhone, on your Samsung, things of that nature, to be able to view it. So all you have to do is go to financialhealth365.com. Once you get there, the next thing you want to do, if you're on an Apple device, go to the bottom of your phone, click the share button, scroll down to where it says share to my home screen, and save to my home screen. And then you're able to actually have the app icon on your phone just as a normal app. I think it's on the Androids, the top right corner with the 3 dots, to where you can do the same process to be able to actually have the app on your home screen. From there, all you need to go in is sign up and subscribe. These are all securely done through Stripe, is my payment provider. It's only $4.99 a month. I looked and did an extensive amount of research on various apps that were more singular, in a sense that it might have a budgeting app to where you would have spreadsheets and things that would help you on a monthly basis, which is fantastic. There were apps out there that were about your spending habits, that would track your spending on a daily basis. Many of these were $10, $15 a month for those applications, which a ton of more functionality, a ton of more technology into those apps. That's not what I'm looking for with Financial Health 365. So I wanted to make it affordable to anyone. I wanted to be someone that I might meet at the grocery store and be able to tell them about it and know that they could click on their phone right there. They could afford it, and it's probably going to pay for itself for you on the first day that you use it, to be honest with you, and pay dividends times 100 just with using it on a daily, weekly, monthly, annual basis. So I think you have a friend in the studio. I don't know how he always breaks in whenever we have a podcast, but he likes to be the center of attention too. So if you guys can't see Mr. Kyler one here, he jumped in the podcast here a little bit. So for that, what I'm really asking for for friends and family, not asking, I'm encouraging that people go out and try it for a month. Go out, get the app. You don't have to download it. Be able to just to access it. Subscribe to it for a month for $4.99. You can cancel anytime, and come back and give me feedback in a week from today, a month from today. Are you seeing a difference in your life? Is it something you're starting to realize that this is something that can change generations in my family? You think about where we came from. I had an amazing life, an amazing upbringing, but not a lot of extra cash in the bank in many cases. And I've tried to change that with my generation, with my son, with my family, to encourage financial education and things that we can do different that will feed on to our kids and our grandkids and so on and so forth. So please go and check it out. Take a look at it, add it for a month, and see what you think about it. Give feedback if we're on social media, Instagram, Facebook, on our YouTube page here. What are other topics you might like to see? There's a tremendous amount that I've already written in content. Some of that will be repeated. Obviously, a lot of it will be repeated throughout every 3 months, 6 months, etc., to come back around again. So if you miss something, you miss a day, might be a topic that's not important to you right now, but then 6 months from now, it might be something to rise in your life and will be something that is more pertinent at that particular time of your life. So go check it out. What I want to talk about next is a little bit of just the challenges of creating and building an app. Those of you that know me, I do a lot of my website design. I do for Abstract. I'm the graphic designer for our clothing line with Aiden as a collaborator. But most people can go to a GoDaddy or somewhere like that and put together a website. They've got templates and everything else. It's pretty easy to do if you haven't even a little bit of technological ability. With an app, what I realized very quickly is coding, which is kind of a dirty word to me now. And not being that tech savvy, when you get into coding and things of that nature, the amount of just brain power that's needed. And I have all the praise in the world for people that are coders or people that are app developers and things of that nature, because I literally developed this app from nothing. I used a Bubble.io application or platform to start with, and then literally just created out of all the content and thoughts in my head of my expertise in my field. But then I had to put that onto the app and create it. And that was where the challenges really started. I've been working on this from beginning to end for probably the last 5 months. Many hours a day, downtime at the office, I would work on it. At home, I would spend hours, just on my laptop, toying around with things, trying to figure out how to make a button work. I mean, you think of things when you log into something or you click on a page to go to the next page. When you're actually creating something that's an app or creating an app, I'm actually creating a workflow. So as you click that button, another action happens. And one of the cool things with this that I was completely unaware of from an app development standpoint, this app is what you call a single page native app. And what that means is there's not multiple pages. They're designed for speed, for user better functionality, better user experience. And basically the app itself was built with a single page, if this makes sense. And as the workflow or the functionality changes based on where you want to go or where you want to navigate to, things are either shown or hidden on that particular page. So that took a lot, just even in my own mind, trying to figure out just conceptually how that works. So that took me a very long time to work with. And then the workflows of trying to navigate from things, again, showing and hiding elements to be able to get you to the certain page that you want to go to. And at the end of the day, what it did was it created this single page that once you're logged in, unless you log out or you delete the app, you're always logged in as a subscriber, as a user of the app. So that's the convenience of it, that there's really no excuse every day of sitting, at your lunch break or having a cup of coffee in the morning, or if you just have a thoughtful meditation time like I do in the mornings, to where I may not be looking at my phone per se when I'm doing that, but then shortly thereafter, I'm kind of doing things that are systematic every day. I think of, I use Duolingo for some of my, trying to become more proficient in Spanish. So that's something I do every day that's in there. If I'm being disciplined, I'm practicing my guitar every day for a few minutes, or other things that I try to keep disciplined every day on a daily basis, working out, my jujitsu, things of that nature that's systematic on a daily basis. I hope that this is incorporated into everyone's daily lives, that few minutes, I can click on that icon. I can be able to look at the app and benefit myself on a daily basis. So, having said that, kind of a boring podcast if you're not into all the kind of financial health type stuff, but this is something that I'm extremely passionate about. I'm proud of to be able to complete this. One of those things that wasn't really necessarily a bucket list item, that I would be an app developer one day, but I'm proud of what I think and I know that it's going to do for people and help people in many, many different ways. So check it out, financialhealth365.com. And as always, guys, be yourself, be abstract. See you guys soon. Hey guys, real quick, extended segment right here at the end of the podcast. I wanted to let everyone know on social media, especially Facebook. If you're a friend of mine on Facebook, I consider you a friend. I consider you a friend and family. I don't really befriend people on Facebook or accept friend requests if it's not somebody that I know in some regard or we've crossed paths. And I have sent an enormous amount of direct messages to all my friends and family with the kind of a little bit of what I'm telling you today. And it's not spam. I think a lot of people have come back and have been angered because maybe they haven't talked to me in a while, hadn't seen me in a while, and they think it's something that's AI, that's something that's spam, or maybe they don't enjoy having someone say, hey, here's something I'm working on, because I've really asked people to try the app out, because I am actively still engaging and contemplating how much that I want to push to have the app in the App Store. And basically the feedback that I'm getting, the rejections that I'm getting from Apple, is that there's not enough functionality with the app. They want it to be, you think of an app, it does a lot of different things. And they want you to be engaged. They want you to be, for lack of a better word, addicted to what is going on with your daily life and your phone and everything else too. They're in the business of selling phones. This app is not meant to do that. Yes, you're using it every day, but it's not actively engaging you throughout the day and things of that nature. So I really, really need people, not only for the benefit that you're going to get from the app, but I would love to have a month's worth of data of people using it to help me to make a decision if there's little things that I can tweak and maybe come to a compromise with the App Store from the functionality things they're wanting me to do to the app. So that's why I've been a little bit more aggressive with people, as opposed to just, hey, here's something on my Facebook page, you see it, you may want to, download this app or go get this app. You don't have to download it, and so forth. But I have direct message people. If you've got one of those, know that I love you and I want you to try it out. And I care about you. And if you have any questions, you can direct message me back or shoot me a message and ask for my personal cell phone. I'll give you that as well if you want to chat over that way as well. So again, thanks again. A little PS there at the end. See you guys soon.